Good afternoon, everybody. Can you all hear me? Yep. Can you hear me at the back? Oh look, they're filming me as well. I'll just swim wave at the constabulary. Good afternoon. It's such a thrill to be here. I've been up here a number of times in the past, and never did I think I'd be actually speaking to everybody. I've been here about 3 or 4 times now. First time was October last year, and a lot's happened in that year, I've got to say. I've done a few things with the anti-fracking. I've spent a little bit of time down at Leaf Hill over the new year of 16-17, but I've never really got that actively involved in the non-violent direct action sort of stuff. So, but in the last month or so, I found myself down in Parliament Square at the declaration of Extinction Rebellion, and managed to get myself arrested. So I feel like I'm now part of the movement there completely. As I said, prior to that event, I'd never really looked at getting arrested or getting too actively involved, and it was a bit of a process, coming up here, seeing the great work that you guys do week in, week out, and I think it's a testament to everybody, the local community, the nanas, people like Anne, Tina, and everybody, and I'm sure I've missed millions of names off, but why are we here? Well, there's that horrible monstrosity sat behind me, and that's clearly why we're here. And the fact that they've got that built is not down to the failure of you guys. They've built that despite the successes of grassroots activism, such as yourselves, such as the groups in Surrey at Leaf Hill, and now over in West Yorkshire, in North Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, North Nottinghamshire, Tinker Lane and Misson. They have to listen. And even though this is here, I believe it's now 5 weeks since they actually fracked, 4 or 5 weeks, and they're having to be extremely careful. The world is watching. Not only is the world watching them, the world is watching the activists. The activists are inspiring groups all over the world right now. And I know we've taken our lead from the actions of other groups around the world, in Australia, in North America.
France is inspiring me at the moment.
Yes, absolutely.
France.
And France, yes,
Oh, yes.
yes. Certainly.
They do that.
Yes, and they're even more direct than we are. So I think the tide is turning. There's a growing public awareness. When I speak to people on the doorsteps of West Berkshire, when I'm going around canvassing, the environment is something that they're very, very keen on. They're disillusioned with politics as a whole, but they're very, very disappointed in the lack of action on climate change and what we're going to do to try and save the planet. Not everybody's ready to get involved on the roads and in actions like this yet, but I think it is growing. And what's causing their disaffection? Well, our own government, led by the Tories, seems incapable of acting in the national interest, let alone the international interest. So we need these grassroots movements that thrust the impending climate disaster right into the heart of public consciousness. And so a little bit about my background. It has been said that I'm fairly straight-laced as they come, really. I was the grandson of a police inspector myself. My grandfather served in West Yorkshire until just before his death in 1983. My father was a prison officer for a number of years, and I've served in the RAF for 20 years. It's saying something when somebody has, normal and as unradical as I am, actually turns up and starts wanting to put his body on the line, his liberty at risk. And I think that's why this course of action is so vital, because nothing has been done. In the last budget from Philip Hammond, there was no mention of climate change, let alone what they were going to go and do to sort it out for this country and for the globe. So what we need to do as a global community, and I think it's going to grow from the grassroots, because at the moment we can't trust our politicians anywhere, in the UK, across Europe, and around the world. The IPCC report at the end of October should have been a wake-up call to the whole world. And this, outside the environmental movement, there's very little happening. We've got the conference in Poland right now, and hopefully they can make some strides. But it's going to take a lot of confidence, and it's going to take a lot of standing up to corporate interests. Some of the biggest lobby groups from the corporate world are actually in Poland right now, trying to reduce the impact of the reaction to climate crisis. So they will be lobbying and saying to governments, yes, we know that you want to do this, we want you to, we have to do that, but that's going to cost us money. And the politicians out in Poland need to listen to us when we tell them that they need to take our interests, the interests of the country, the interests of its citizens, the citizens of the world, and the nature of the world. I'm 48 years old. I know I don't look it, but I'm 48 years old, and one of the facts that came out from the Worldwide Fund for Nature's report a few weeks ago was that since I was born in 1970, we've lost 60% of our animals and birds. And it's not showing any sign of slowing down or even turning that round. So at what point are we going to end up with complete extinction? Are we going to be extinct before all the other animals, or are we going to last? So for so too long, we've been tinkering with the edges. A little bit of plastic recycling, a little bit of composting. That's great on an individual level, but we need action from the top. So hopefully, in Poland, this week, the politicians will be brave enough to stand up to corporate interests and say, no, we need a worldwide ban on fracking. Fracking is not needed. A lot of the gas is used in the petrochemical industry for plastic production, which we need to ban almost immediately. But it's also the fossil fuels that we've already extracted and the known reserves is already far too much in terms of trying to stay below the 1.5 or the 2 degree temperature rise. So we need to be keeping it in the ground. So I'm in awe of what the nanas here are doing, what the volunteers who spend their lives in the protector camps, and they come out to the bell mouth every day, and it's great. We've got 40-50 people here now, but we need 50 to 100 people here every day. People inside this compound need to see us here. And people tell me who know about these things that if we get 50 to 100 people here every day, you can shut it down, because there isn't enough police to come and arrest every single person. So I would say, when you go away from here, I know you talk about it and you probably bore your families to death who don't get involved, and you need to get them. And every time you come here, try and bring 2 or 3 of your friends, and so we can swell the numbers, and then they can go away and they'll come back without you but with other friends. So keep the pressure on. So as I said, it's the grassroots here at PNR that's exposing the lie that the government are doing things. They tell us they're green. My MP, Richard Benyon, not only is he the richest MP in the House of Commons, he's also tries to think that he's the greenest MP. And I'm going to call bullshit on that, because he backs fracking, and his reason for that is because we need to keep the gas supplies for poor people. How patronising is that? You know, so I've invited Richard to come up here with me on an occasion. So far he's not accepted that invite, and I would get him to come here and meet you, and and actually see what's going on. But they haven't got a clue. They protect their corporate friends. They take directorships from corporate giants such as Ineos and people like that. And so we need to get money out of politics, and that's where the Green Party come in. And when we raise money, it's done between ourselves, our families, and our friends, and we don't take money from corporate interests because we're not beholden to anybody. The only people we're beholden are to our fellow citizens and Mother Nature. Excuse me. So as you know, people across the world are taking action right now. I know some of you are involved in the bridge demos in London a few weeks ago. That was a great day out. And I think there was too many of us. On Lambeth Bridge, I think you were on Lambeth Bridge. I was prepared to get arrested on Lambeth Bridge, along with Jane, who's filming me here. But there was too many people, and they ran out of police vans, they ran out of cells, and so they just said, look, we're leaving. So that was a bit of a victory. Right. Yeah. So, look, for me, I'm a bit of a historian. I don't know if anybody knew that, but I studied history, and one of the aspects of history I studied was the suffrage movement in the early 20th century, with particular interest in a local suffragette who used to live just down from Newbury. And so I feel inspired by her, because she got on a horse-drawn caravan and toured the country and spoke at different meetings and rallied, the movement to get the vote for women 100 years ago. And the women that we see here, this is what strikes me so much. The number of protectors I've seen here and events in London, 60-70% plus are women. And that's got to really make people feel that, this is a real movement to save our families. When there's mothers and grandmothers, that maternal instinct is wanting to protect not only their own children, but that of Mother Earth. And that's what inspires me. So can everybody give a big round of applause to all the protectors that are here, but particularly the knitting nanas of Lancashire. Right, I've got too much more to say actually now. Right. So I had to get involved because I couldn't stand by. I'm a grandfather now as of April, earlier this year, and I'm going out to Germany to see him in a couple of weeks. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I've got 3 sons, and they think I'm a bit mad sometimes for going on these rallies and and this and the other. But when I got arrested and I met up for dinner with 2 of my sons afterwards, they actually sat down and said, "Dad, well done, you're a legend." So I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. So, one of the reasons I've got involved and I'm prepared to put my liberty on the line is because I can't look my grandsons, and my sons in the eye, and if I haven't tried, and I think that's the message I would say. We might not succeed this week, we might not succeed next year, but if we keep fighting and keep trying, we will succeed, because at some point everybody's going to see the sea levels rising, and when the water's lapping around their ankles, and the hills behind them are burning with wildfires, the message will get through, and we have to do something. And for everybody who's here at the very beginning of this movement, I salute you. I salute you all. Thank you very much.